My people wonder they say shall never end. They said the truth is out right now about how Queen Naomi left the palace. We all know that when Queen Naomi left the palace, a lot of people were on her neck. Some people were calling her names. There is no kind of name that they did not call her. How she betrayed the king, how she embarrassed the culture and tradition of the Yoruba people. There is nothing they did not say to her, including her mother. They say her mother, at some point, some people even said her mother was knacking the king. Her mother is this, her mother is this. There is nothing they did not call these women. But one thing that those people does not ask is that palace good? And Queen Naomi left the palace the way she did. And a lot of people believe that this young girl has been manipulated out of that place. At first, Kabiyesi was believing Ebony, as in believing an ayaba in the palace over your wife. And you think it's normal? Along the line, they said Kabiyesi find out the truth, which is that Queen Naomi was manipulated out of the palace. And from what we heard, allegedly, they said Ebony have a hand in it. And remember that period, it was just Queen Naomi and Ebony in the palace. Ebony saw how much Kabiyesi loves Queen Naomi, and she wanted to be in Queen Naomi's position. Yes. And to tell you that how greedy that she is, she wanted Queen Naomi out of the way so that she would come in. And because maybe that time they believe that Kabiyesi is not a polygamist. Of course, Kabiyesi was never a polygamist from the beginning. Because if you trace how he got married, starting from the first wife to Wurola to Queen Naomi, you find out that he's not a polygamist. All these other ones left before he will marry another one. And when Ebony was doing all that she was doing against Queen Naomi, she was hoping that Queen Naomi will leave, then she will replace Queen Naomi, as Kabiyesi is not a polygamist. But I don't know what happened. Some people said it's the elders that pushed her into it, while others said she wanted to marry all of them at once to see how they will live, since they have started calling him a king that cannot keep a wife. Whichever be his reasons, I don't know. I don't live with them. These are all alleged, unverified information making rounds on social media. So they said in few days, the final full moon ritual will be done and Queen Naomi will be reinstated. But Kabiyesi, being a wise king that he is, some people said he already knows that Queen Naomi is manipulated. But he wants to prove something to the elders and some Ifa priests who believe that, or who believe that Queen Naomi left the palace out of pride. Because some people said, hey, it's her pride that pushed her out of the palace, this, that. Okay? So, they said Kabiyesi wanted to do what they call fire rituals. That during this fire ritual, what he does is to call on the diviners, the Ifa priests, and elders from different ruling houses. They will all be present while they call on their gods and their ancestors. It was then that it was revealed, and they said this ritual, this fire ritual happened at midnight. And during that midnight, they were all gathered in their sacred shrine. They said there is a particular shrine where they all gathered for this purpose. And when they all gathered there, they started the process. While the process was ongoing, then they said fire appeared. When this fire appeared, through this fire, they could see what happened. It was through this fire that they find out that it was elders from Ebony's side with other elders from the other ruling house, including some from Gisi house, ruling house. So, and these elders from Ebony's house, their main purpose is to replace Queen Naomi with their daughter so that they will be controlling the throne as they want. Then some other elders, their main purpose is because Queen Naomi prays a lot and her prayer is making them uncomfortable. They no longer flies at night. They no longer oppress people the way they do. They no longer do some of those things that they enjoy doing, which is things that are not good to the people, because Queen Naomi was always doing midnight prayers, praying all the time. So they did something and they buried it close to Queen Naomi's chamber and her prayer altar in the palace. Then there is something they call the spiritual curtain. They said this curtain is curtain that binds Queen Naomi and the king. It was during this process that they cut that curtain into two, thereby separating Queen Naomi and Kabiyesi. But one thing they don't know is that Queen Naomi's destiny is stronger than their own manipulations and activities. Because they thought that, or maybe previously, anytime something of that nature is done, those two people can never be together again. They can never see themselves and like themselves again. It will always be hatred, something of that nature. But unfortunately, they said when they do this one, in as much as Queen Naomi left the palace, their destiny, which started generations back, still binds them together. So they said there is a woman who was serving in Queen Naomi's chamber then. This woman in question, they have told her to get Queen Naomi's clothes, that they want to use it to do some rituals for her so that she will conceive and have a child. To tell you that when they started doing this thing, that simply means that Queen Naomi does not have that they then when they started the manipulations. But when it matured, Queen Naomi already have a child for the king. So they said this woman said when Kabiyesi and the elders were doing that thing in that shrine, they said the woman started screaming. Maybe when that fire appeared, it also affected the woman. And they said the woman started screaming. That was when she confessed that she was the one who went and cut Queen Naomi's clothes and bring to them, of which Ebony and some other women are involved. They said the moment she finished confessing, the woman collapsed. They have to rush her out of the palace because they said if they continue to leave her there, she might die inside the palace, due to the fact that she have a hint of what these people did, even though she is claiming that they told her they wanted to use it to do some fertility rituals for her to conceive and have children. So that was what we're hearing. And they said the reason why Kabiyesi wanted to do this is so that those elders will know. Let it not be that at the end of the day they will say, Queen Naomi left the palace out of pride and ego, and Kabiyesi is running helter-skelter to bring her back, and something of that nature. So that's why they said Kabiyesi decided to run this ritual so that others will know, and they will know that Queen Naomi did not leave the palace on her own. So that is what we are hearing. But don't forget that they are all alleged unverified information making rounds on social media. I wasn't there, oh, now here I hear. Always bear that in mind, okay? Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my channel if you're yet to subscribe. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much. Do well to turn on the notification bell, give this video a thumbs up, and share with us your opinion on the comment section. It's very important. I really appreciate you for your support, okay? So thanks for watching. Bye. Love you.